It takes weeks.
Oh, I know the one
Crimping
you're
so many
talking about.
connectors with my fingers.
Yeah. So you're a DIY guy too.
What he did, because he did that.
Take a seat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to see so many people here again for another of our cruising speaker series. Today, we welcome Dee and Don Swadek, who are going to talk about their cruise to Cuba, which is a wonderful thing since it's not very possible to do that right now. And just wanted to remind you that next time we're going to have the SCOTUS on March 10th, and they're going to talk about the western half of the loop. And the other reminder is don't forget to sign up for the Sunset Cruise, which is March 3rd. I think that's next Tuesday. With that, I'll let Dee and Don go.
Thanks, Jan. Well, it's great having a room full, and we welcome the Trawlers Association, so thanks for joining us today, and look forward to more interactions with you. I've got a 45-minute video that we made from the trip, and what I want to do is kind of frame everything for you ahead of time, and then we'll press start and get going with the show. So it's 2017. 2017 was a memorable year in that we not only went to Cuba, it was the year I was Commodore of the club, and it was the year that the hurricane almost wiped us out. So we had an exciting year in 2017. The prelude to the trip is when I became Commodore, I started building relationships with Commodores and other clubs. And one of the clubs that I built a relationship with was the Key West Yacht Club, Bob Harvey down there. And they had gone to Cuba multiple times prior to 2017. And through Bob, I got introduced to a gentleman that I affectionately call Crazy George. I don't know George's last name any longer. But he ran Extreme Sailing, or Extreme Ventures, out of Key West. And one of his extreme ventures was a Hobie Cat race from Sandpoint to Havana. And they like to have other boats, power boats, going along because the history said for every 2 boats that sailed to Havana, 1 made it. And so our linkage to the trip got started up through the Hobie race. But then it turned out that the same week that we went over to Cuba was the 25th anniversary of the Hemingway International Yacht Club, which is the only yacht club in Cuba. And in the process of all this, we built a relationship with Commodore Screech from the Havana Yacht Club. And that turned out to be a blessing because we got VIP treatment at the marina and everything else to go along with it. But the week of festivities included cruises into Havana Harbor. For the first time since 1945, pleasure boats were allowed into the harbor. So it was quite an event. And there was Hobie races with the local Cubans, and there were parties every night of the week that included dignitaries like the Russian ambassador to Cuba. And so we had a week in the Hemingway with the yacht club there, and then and so I think I'll turn to the map here a second. So we go to Key West, we join the race across to Havana, spend a week in Havana. While we're docked in Havana, we tour out in this area, which is called the Tobacco Row, and we go to tobacco farms and national parks and things like that. And then after a week, we leave Havana and we go to Veradero, which doesn't show up on the map, but it's about here. And Veradero is a resort area. It's a huge sand spit with 4- and 5-star hotels on both sides of it. And the Canadians, the Europeans, the Russians all fly into Veradero, check into a 5-star hotel, get a Chase Lounge on the beach, drink for 7 days, go back, hop on our plane and fly back home.
They don't do too much.
And that's basically the thing. And, but we enjoyed some of the festivities at the hotels. And then from Veradero, we actually did a 2-day road trip down to Cienfuegos and Trinidad, and then Santa Clara and back. So we got to see a good part of not only Havana and downtown Havana, but also the countryside. And to our knowledge, we didn't have any restrictions on where we could go and what we did. We hired a car, you'll see it, it's a Skoda, named appropriately. And we had a young man as a driver, and it was $100 a day for the car and the driver, and he took us virtually everywhere we wanted to go. So with no further ado, I'll hand it over to Dee Dee and let her make a couple comments.
I'll try and make it short. These are the fun comments. First of all, we're with another couple, a couple that we've known all since we were in our 20s, so that's a long time ago. And they lived, at this time they were living on Lopez Island, out on the San Juan off of Washington State. And so you'll be seeing Bonnie and Phil, and maybe too many pictures of me. Some of the things that we were warned about ahead of time, I need to tell you about some of that. First of all, I wanted to bring eggs, and I was told you were not allowed to bring eggs, and that you had to buy your own eggs. So you'll see eggs in here, because I kept saying, where are the eggs, where are the eggs? And you'll see where they come from, and that's a little hard, the farms that they have for eggs. We saw a lot of bakeries, so that helped when you didn't have enough eggs. So we had a lot of chicken. This is the girl talk part of it. But the meat was not good. So you wouldn't get a steak and you wouldn't get a hamburger and things like that. And we went to a hamburger place that you'll see in this that, oh wow. We smiled and everything, but those hamburgers were not what we're used to. So God bless America, you know. One of our big issues was we could hold 150 gallons of nice fresh Marathon water, and their water you couldn't drink. And we had a lot of bottled water, but what we did, we outsmarted our toilets and parts of the boat. When it would rain most every afternoon, a downpour, and we'd open the coolers up and we'd collect all the water we could, and we used those for showering, although we were by a hotel so you could shower there, but we used that to flush the toilets. And we came home with 20 gallons of water. Let me see, what else did I want to tell you about? I'll just skip the spider story. Maybe later I'll tell that. So the other thing was, the third thing was medicine. They don't have any, really, we never found a real pharmacy where you could buy cough drops or anything like that. And I brought a whole bag full of bottles of aspirin. I was told they couldn't get aspirin, and that was like gold over there. So I went to the dollar store and bought $10 worth of aspirin, and it was good. And I bought makeup, lipsticks and rouges, and the women loved that. So we went through that. And soap, bars and bars of nice soap. So there were things they really loved, and you wanted to do what you could. So, let's see, anything else here? So money. We had to do money exchanges. You're going to see that in here. And we had to do it inside the boat because we were exchanging, U.S. dollars. But the story was that a lot of people showed up there on vacation and on tours, and they brought all their charge cards, and they were no good. So you had to have cash. So there was a lot of money flowing underneath and hiding places. I think I hid some of it in the refrigerator, just so we could pay for everything that you did. You know, we're so used to having the charge cards, just boop, 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 it's over, and that wasn't happening. So that's the last of that, and we'll answer any other questions. So Don?
Well done.
Alrighty, we'll get ready to get moving here, and so we're gonna press the button and get through the map and get going.
That's the one-page application for postcard to go to Cuba, and the reason to participate in maritime cultural exchange. That's George. No. We randomly found that on the way across. It had nothing to do with our race. Oh, good. That's Havana. That's the customs guy. Maybe the nicest person for a customs officer you'd ever want to meet. Brothers were purveyors of anything. The old cars had Russian tractor motors. The Chevy V8 has long since wore out. That was our driver. That's the American Embassy.
What was that, please? That was an argument.
You are my dancing queen. When you hold my hand, I understand. When you die, you do. You're my dream come true. My one and only you.
There's a real fever. It's the Russian embassy.
Seeds, tobacco seeds.
Que se quede el infinito sin estrellas, que pierda el ancho mar su inmensidad, pero el negro de tus ojos que no muera, y el canela de tu piel se quede igual. Si perdiera el arco iris su belleza, las flores su perfume y su color, no sería tan inmensa mi tristeza como aquella de quedarme sin tu amor. Ay, me importas tú, y tú, y tú, y solamente tú, y tú, y tú, me importas tú, y tú, y tú, y nadie más que tú. Ojos negros, piel canela, que me llegan a desesperar. Ay, me importa. Yo siento que él me ama. Él es el muñeco dueño de tu cama. Tú dices que no me quieres y yo estoy convencido que por ti se muere. Oye, pariente, yo estoy confiada de que me quieres. Y si no fuera por su salud, sería más cariñoso, pero no puede.
Ay, ¿qué le voy a hacer? Por Dios, si me duele, ¿qué le voy a hacer?
Manolo tiene dolores que no me había imaginado. Le duelen las uñas, el pelo y esa punza en el costado. Esa abeja que no se quita, yo le digo, tómate una pastillita. Verás que ahorita mi muchachito, tómate una pastillita. Se te quita, se te quita. Tómate una pastillita. De la blanquita o de la rojita. Tómate una pastillita. Pobrecito mi Manolo, Manolito. Tómate una pastillita. Tómate una pastillita de la blanquita o de la rojita. Pero no de la azulita, porque tú sabes que eso me agita mi Manolito. Si no estás muy enfermito, papacito.
Ay, ¿qué le voy a hacer? Por Dios, si me duele, ¿qué le voy a hacer?
Después no quiero que tú andes con la chavalita, porque no quiero que tú andes por la calle alborotado. No quiero que tú mires lo que pasa por al lado. Tú eres el que estaba aquí abajo.
Ay, ¿qué le voy a hacer? Por Dios, si me duele, ¿qué le voy a hacer?
Manolo tiene dolores que no me había imaginado. Le duelen las uñas, el pelo y esa punza en el costado. Y esa jaqueca que no se quita, oye, tómate una pastillita. Vamos pa'l médico, mi pequeñito. Tómate una pastillita. Porque te duele ahora, mi muchachito. Tómate una pastillita. Dame bomba. Sí. Tómate una pastillita. Se levanta por la noche y por la mañanita. Tómate una pastillita. Oye, tómate un mojito en la bodeguita, niño. Tómate una pastillita. ¿Qué pasa contigo, mi cariñito? Tómate una pastillita. Blanquito y ya bonito, pero está enfermito, pobrecito. Tómate una pastillita. Me duele por la noche, por la mañanita. Tómate una pastillita. De la blanquita o de la rojita. Tómate una pastillita. Vamos pa'l médico, mi cariñito. Tómate una pastillita. Porque te duele ahora, mi muchachito. Tómate una pastillita. De la azulita, no digo yo.
Como la tarde blanquita y serenas en las sombras, y la que por los cafetales vuelven a sentir. Esa sí es una canción de amor de la vieja molienda, en el letargo de la noche va a decir. Como la tarde blanquita y serenas en las sombras, y la que por los cafetales vuelven a sentir. Esa sí es una canción de amor de la vieja
So
molienda.
this is heading to Varadero now.
Una pena de amor, una tristeza. Lleva el San Manuel en su amargura. Hasta en casa de la noche moliendo café. Por el camino del sitio mío, un carretero alegre pasó. La la, la la, la la, la la. Con sus tonadas muy bien sentidas, el punto al giro alegre cantó, 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 cantó. Por el camino del sitio mío, un carretero alegre pasó. La la, la la, la la, la la. Y con sus tonadas muy bien sentidas, el
What's up, Bamboo?
Carola, el son de altura, con sabrosura, bailarlo a solas. A ti te gusta mucho, Carola, el son de altura, con sabrosura, bailarlo a solas.
Where is that? Where is that?
Lo mismo a prisa que despacito, cuando lo baila con su chiquito, con suavecito, suavecito. Ay, mira, chinolito, vamos a barachar. Suavecito, suavecito. Un solo ladrillito, pero arriba te mata. Suavecito, suavecito. Una linda sevillana le dijo a su maridito. La linda sevillana le dijo a su maridito. Me vuelvo loca, chiquito, por la música cubana. Suavecito, suavecito, un meneíto suave a tu mami así. Suavecito, suavecito, como le gusta Carola. Suavecito, suavecito, el son es lo más sublime para el alma libre. El son es lo más sublime para el alma
Where's that bridge go?
y por bueno no lo escribe. Suavecito, suavecito, pero mira qué rico niño. Suavecito, suavecito. Suavecito, así, así, suave, suavecito, como le gusta Carola. Suave, suavecito, amaneció en el sitio. Los gallos cantan por la mañana, se canta, el guajirito se levantó. Amaneció en el sitial. Los gallos cantan por la mañana, se canta, el guajirito se levantó. ¿Cómo no? ¿Cómo no? Suavecito así, suave.
Al Capone's house.
Yo quiero saber dónde son los cantantes que los encuentro galantes y los quiero conocer. Con su boda fascinante que me las quiero aprender. Seis, lindas cubanas de los coros. Seis, lindas cubanas. Final del río La Habana, matanzas y Santa Clara. Te lo bien, final del río La Habana, matanzas y Santa Clara. Cuando llego a Camagüey, óyeme canchita, traigo una rumbita, contigo baile como bailo yo. Chulita, mi linda canchita, la rumba caliente es mejor.
Halfway home, the Coast Guard called us.
So where else? They went in front of us.
Best leg.
Any questions? Sure.
Go
Go
ahead.
on.
How long, once you knew the border was open and you could go, did you have to apply and before you got down there, I saw the application.
Yeah.
And wasn't it only for educational reasons? How
Well,
did-
there was a bunch of reasons that they had, but the interesting thing is, the Coast Guard form was 1 8.5 by 11 page.
I saw that, yeah.
And you saw it, in the top half was the crew and crew's addresses or the boat rather. The bottom third was the crew, and then there was only an inch in the middle of why do you wanna go to Cuba?
And that was all you need, all right.
And so it was very short, but you're restricted to 14 days.
And then how long was it before they gave you permission to come in, once you put that application
The
in?
process was relatively pretty quick. It was Coast Guard in Key West that processed it. It was less than a month,
Okay.
What year was that?
2017,
That's what I saw, 2017.
What month?
May.
May.
What is your boat?
Our, the brand or?
The boat you went over in is, I'm trying to.
Yeah, you saw there the Tachyon, so it's a 45-foot Elbit.
Okay, thank you.
How was the ride
45 foot
down?
open, I didn't know name that big.
At the end, it was a little tricky. But
Tricky
going
how?
home was the exciting part, because halfway home, everyone fell asleep, and I was
I was
running the boat.
I was sleeping, Dee was at the helm when the Coast Guard came.
And I said, there's an airplane over us, and they keep circling us. Are we in trouble here? And then Don got on the radio, and they called us through, from the plane down, and he had to run down and find our paperwork, and then send back them messages, and then that bigger boat, that big,
The
Coast Guard boat went right in front of us, like they were ready to do
Stop you.
something, you know?
Did they
to
come on your
stop
boat?
us.
They didn't come on your boat, though.
No, it was all just by radio up to the plane, and that was it.
Did you have to go to
Channel
Key West
60
to
or
clear
something?
immigration to come
Pardon?
back in? Did you have to go to Key West to clear immigration to come back in?
No.
You just came back in from?
No,
Can you repeat?
Veridaro's due south of Marathon, and we just shot straight into Marathon, and then I actually went to the airport, to the customs at airport, and
Oh.
told them we're back, and it was like a non-event.
Welcome home, that's it.
That was it.
Was there any issues with navigation at the other end? Were your charts good as far as buoys that you found entering their harbor? Or
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't have that much in the way of navigation with buoys. because, I mean, going over is, you know, it's.
Straight line, yeah.
Straight line, open ocean, and then from Havana to Veradero, you saw, I mean, we were just like a mile or 2 miles offshore, but it drops off extremely fast there. I mean, we were probably at least in 1,000 feet of water. So you're not really worried too much.
But their entrance buoys into the rivers of the harbor.
Yeah.
Were shown on your charts, and your American
Yeah.
charts anyway.
And that was it, yeah. Yeah, I bought books of charts and whatever, and we frankly, never really used them. We just used our GPS, worked the whole time, and that was the main thing.
Did you talk to the Coast Guard airplane on the VHF?
Yeah, just on 16.
16?
Yeah, yeah, he called, and of course, when they call, the volume is like 10x. I mean, it's like wham, right?
Woke everybody up.
And then, and then after, he wanted my documentation number. I gave him that. He was quiet for about a minute, came back and said, "Thank you, sir." And I said, "Thank you." I said, "This is a big ocean. I'm glad you guys are out here." And that was it.
Do you have this shirt on that you had made in the?
Yeah, if you remember, there was
Yeah.
one slide
Yes.
inside where all the sewing machines were.
Yes.
And they were holding this shirt up to me for
Okay.
sizing. That's where it came from. There was very little to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except cigars.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had cigars, but as far as going in, you know, there's no such thing as a mall, right?
You didn't see any open air
Or a
parks or
supermarket or
anything?
whatever, it's all just little.
No refrigerator magnets?
Pardon?
Cigars home?
No.
You couldn't make
I was gonna say, we went to an, open air,
You put-
art show
Right.
in a park in Havana. You didn't see anything like that?
Okay,
Wait,
one
Bonnie,
more.
Oh, I said, we went to an art show in a park in Havana. You didn't see anything like that? And markets and open air markets?
Well,
and
they
things?
were all
Yeah,
in there.
Well, the market.
There
I
was,
saw.
there were a couple of pictures
Yeah.
of
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
pictures where you saw
Yeah, but
like
you
a
didn't see any
65
art fairs or
Chevy
anything
or
like that?
66 Chevy and whatever, and we went through that market, yeah, and there was, mainly artists and.
But you didn't see an art show at all? A lot of art in the park
It
or
was
anything
there.
like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, that whole
we
area,
went to a
kinda
whole building
downtown
full of
Havana
art.
by the harbor.
Oh,
Was,
that was.
Yeah,
was
by the
one
harbor.
one artist after another after another.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did go to that. Now I think
did
about
you
it.
ever feel unsafe anywhere?
No.
You know, that's a really good question, and we never did, and, I mean, we were in some back areas and whatever, and.
Except for the
you know,
spider.
well,
What's the spider
So
story?
tell your spider story.
Yeah, where's the spider story?
Well, I know what a wolf spider is, so I would never kill a wolf spider. I would never do that. But I got out of the shower in the hotel that we were in and way back inside.
When we were doing the road trip through the national parks and whatever,
Yeah.
we stayed overnight one night, and this is the hotel we were in.
And I got out and I had a towel on and on the wall, right there when I'm passing, I can't get past it, is this thing about this thing.
Oh.
And finally I thought, well, maybe I'll just sweep it away. I couldn't find it, get rid of it. So finally I took and kicked up what I thought was a plastic plate, about this big, and I went bang, and the thing got away, and it wasn't plastic, it was.
Yeah. Surprise!
And I'm barefoot and not much on, and I have a big surprise of glass everywhere, all over the place. That was my spider.
And a dead spider or not a
Yeah.
dead spider?
But we all got
Spider
sick,
got away.
everybody got
The
sick.
spider got away.
Really?
We all took our turn, it didn't all happen at once. I think Bonnie was first, and she lasted for a couple of days, and then Don was you hardly got sick. And then I took over, and I got sick, it was like 24 hours, dysentery. And at the end, Phil really got sick, he got everything that they offered for free.
The couple that you went with, were they also good at, sailing, navigation,
Yeah.
et cetera? They were
They were-
boaters, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they were good, deckhands and docking and whatever, and probably and now they're pretty skilled, and back then they were kind of just getting into boating.
And then also, when you left the tachyon at the yacht club, did you feel like you were gonna come home and every stern wheel would be missing or anything
No.
like that?
No, like I said, for whatever reason, and maybe it was naivete, but we really never felt any concerns for safety or whatever. You know, the people overall, we had the sense they were relatively happy. I mean, they were in modest clothes, but everybody was out and around, and you didn't sense oppression, I guess.
So you've been some places where you were.
There's a question over here when you're reading it. So, the marina there, the yacht club there,
Yeah.
was International de Havana or what have you.
Yeah.
I can't remember, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was an hour ago, it feels
Yeah.
like. No offense. But did you connect with them from here? Did they say, hey, come on over and
Oh, well,
let's get together and have some beers? I
The
mean, how did that
connection
happen?
was with Commodore Screech.
Okay.
So I built the connection with Commodore Screech.
And Screech is, I'm sorry?
He's the Commodore of the Havana
Havana.
International Yacht Club.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And so he arranged for all of our slips.
So he had a request, you guys, he gave you permission or request from the country to give you permission to get over there? I'm curious in 2017 how you got there.
There was no formality on getting permission to come into Cuba.
Okay, I thought that was only during the Obama era. I didn't realize in the Trump era you were allowed to still go to Cuba.
Well, 1 week after we
17.
left, they closed everything.
Thank you.
Really
Okay, so that was my 1 week. I'm sorry, I
Everything's
apologize.
No, but-
I missed by a week.
But going over, you saw the one-page form.
Yeah.
Is what you had to do with our Coast Guard. There were no forms per se. Now, other interesting trivia. So when the customs guy comes on board, we go down in our inside the boat because it's the afternoon and it's 95 out or whatever, and we get in with him, and he opens up his briefcase, and every form that he had to be filled out in duplicate, and he used carbon paper.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, you think about it. Yeah. And then we had 2 nurses came on the boat.
But they were all in white with the
Their outfits and the hats and the whole bit.
I was really holding back on that one.
Any issues finding fuel? Any issues finding fuel over there?
No,
We didn't.
we hold 800 gallons,
So you had enough to go out?
so we never, that was the plan, we weren't gonna buy fuel.
Yep.
100 miles to get there.
And so it turned out, we got home, I think we still had over 200 gallons left in the boat, so that was not a concern.
And we did our own breakfast.
Yeah. Except for the bakery.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Did you fish?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That was great, and for yacht club members, sign up for the Sunset Cruise on Tuesday, for next Tuesday. And then the SCOTUS will tell us about the rest of the route on March 10th. Thank you all for coming.
Nice, thank you very much.
Now we're all hungry for Cuban food.
Yeah, it's all